Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about some significant changes that are likely to impact the international education industry here in Australia. The government is planning to implement a cap on vet and higher education providers, which we believe is going to cause significant disruptions across the sector. Although these caps have not yet been 100% confirmed, it is clear that they are moving ahead with the intent to implement these changes from 1st of January 2025. So we believe that it is critical that we take action now to make sure that we're prepared and that we don't fall behind when and if these changes do come into effect. So firstly, I'm going to talk about NOSCs. The new overseas student commencements. This is essentially what the government are going to use to calculate the caps for each provider. Now, a NOSC is counted once a student begins their first eligible course, typically in either a vet or higher education program. So for example, if a student starts a vet course with us in January 2025, that will count as a NOSC for our college. Now, there's a lot of different scenarios to work out these NOSCs and different situations. So for example, returning students. One important aspect of the NOSC regulation is that returning students who began a course with a provider in 2024 and continue their studies into 2025 will not count as a new NOSC, even if they're applying for a new visa. So this is really an opportunity for us to encourage students already studying in Australia to extend their studies and stay with the same provider. This is going to be key in maximising our capacity under the new rules. You've then got package courses. So for students enrolled in package programs such as a commercial cookery package, when they start their Certificate 3, that is when the NOSC will count towards the college. So for example, if a student starts a Certificate 3 in commercial cookery in 2025, and then they don't start their Certificate 4 until 2026, that student is only going to count as a NOSC towards the college in 2025. So again, this opens up opportunities for colleges to enrol students into longer packages to maximise each NOSC that they do have. You then have English plus vet packages. So if we have a student who is doing an English course with us and has also packaged a vet program afterwards, they won't actually count as a NOSC whilst they're studying their English. It's only when they start their first eligible course with us, which is the first vet course. So taking all these different scenarios into account, we've come up with a strategy moving forward that we think is going to put ourselves in the best position possible, as well as our partner agencies. So with the NOSC system in mind, we've made it a minimum 1.5 year enrolment if a student is enrolling into a vet course. So that means basically it's either sort of the longer single courses or students will have to enroll in package courses. Now this is to make sure that we're maximising the value of each NOSC. For example, if we were to enrol 500 Certificate 3 business students for 6 months, that would then take up 500 NOSCs, and you might not be able to enrol anyone else for the remainder of the year, compared to if you're enrolling 500 commercial cookery students who are then studying 2 years at your college. So that's the first thing, is the 1.5 year packaging. The second thing is returning students who started with us in 2024. So any student who started their course with us in 2024 and then want to extend, say, into a different pathway or continue along the same pathway that they're on and they need to apply for a new visa, they're not going to count as an extra NOSC. So this provides a huge opportunity to keep students in the same institution throughout their educational journey, and it's another reason why student retention is going to be so important moving forward for both agencies as well as providers. The third thing is our English programs. We're going to have more flexibility, and that means, since English courses are exempt under the NOSC cap, this gives us and you more flexibility when recruiting students for English It's a great way to bring students into our system without immediately using up a NOSC. And the last thing is we will be giving priority to our own English students. So, towards the end of the year, as colleges start to approach their NOSC limit, there may be a bit of sort of competition around for spots and who has availability. Now, if it does come to that, we will be prioritising students within our own schools to enrol compared to students coming from other providers. So, to summarise all this, the introduction of these caps is going to change the landscape of our industry. While nothing is set in stone just yet, it is essential that we do prepare now. By focusing on longer vet packages, returning students, and leveraging the flexibility of English courses, I believe that we're in a strong position to navigate these changes successfully. We'll continue to provide updates as we learn more from the government. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone in the 101 marketing team with any questions you have about the caps, the NOSCs, essentially any questions you have about all these changes, please get in touch with us. And lastly, I'd just like to thank everyone for your ongoing support, and let's work closely together to make sure that we're all ready for what's to come. Thanks, everyone.